Welcome to the second video. So children, what we saw was they started talking about a sea trip, and sea trip was, some people did not agree with the sea trip because they felt that sea trip would be very perilous. Okay. Now what did Jerome said here when they spoke about the sea trip? Jerome was not in favor, right? He said that a sea trip does you good when you are going to have a couple of months on it, but for a week it is wicked. So he said that when you're going for a couple of months it is okay, but if you're just going for a week or two, it's not very good. That is what he said. And then they started discussing, right? They started discussing their experiences of what they had heard from a friend or relative who had taken such a perilous journey and the disastrous effects of seasicknesses they had encountered. Okay, so now when they spoke about the sea trip, they also started talking about a friend who had told them about this trip, that the friend had taken such a sea trip and he had such a perilous journey. What is a perilous journey? Perilous journey is full of danger or risks. Children, please have a pencil in your hand, and as I am explaining, please underline and write the meanings. Okay? What is perilous? Perilous means full of danger or risks. Okay, perilous means full of danger or risks. Okay. Journey and the disastrous effects of the seasickness. So, disastrous means what? Causing great damage. Okay, disastrous means causing great damage. And what happened was, they even lost money on food and what they had paid upfront. So when they went for the sea trip, probably somebody was organizing. When they went for a sea trip, they had lot of problems. It was a perilous journey and it had disastrous effects. That is why they were getting scared, because who went they had encountered disastrous effects. The sea, they had been seasick, and plus they had lost so much money on food. So they had paid money for food also. That also was like, when you feel seasick and all, you feel nausea, you feel like vomiting, you feel sick, you can't eat anything, you feeling giddy, you feel sick, siddy, right? That is the word also what is there. So you can't eat anything. So what is the point of paying for the food and everything then? So I set my face against the sea trip. So the Jerome now was against the sea trip and he didn't want to go. Let us go up to the river, said George. Okay. So now he said that they could have fresh air, exercise, quiet and constant change of scene would occupy their minds. Okay. So including what there was of Harris. And the hard work would give us a good appetite and make us sleep well. So now George is saying, let us go up to the river. The calm and serene environment will help us feel better. We will have a good appetite. We will have good sleep. It will be peaceful. Right. So that is what George suggested, to go by the river. Now, Harris said he didn't think George ought to do anything that would have the tendency to make him sleepier than he always was. It might be dangerous. So what he's saying is that George Harris says that George was always sleepy. So if he is keeping on sleeping all the time, then it could be dangerous. He said that he didn't understand how George was going to sleep anymore. Then he did now. So he was thinking like how George could go to sleep so many hours, which was dangerous. They didn't understand how he was doing that. Probably that was the effect of the stress. So now George was going to sleep any more than he had now. Seeing that there were only 24 hours in each day, summer and winter alike, but thought that if he didn't sleep anymore, he might just as well as dead and so save his board and lodging. So what they are saying is, now George was sleeping so much. So if he would sleep so much, then he would be like a dead person all the time sleeping. So that was no sense, right? So that was like they say to save. So better like they don't take him because it would be costing lodging also. Lodging is a place where you stay. Like suppose if you go somewhere and you halt for 2-3 days, you call it a lodge. Okay. Harris said, however, that the river would suit him to the T. Now what Harris is saying, Harris has said that the river would suit him to the T, means he was very happy with the idea. And also Jerome was very happy with the idea that they were going by the river and he liked the plan that it would be very calm and silent and serene. Okay, and they would have a good time and move out of this noise and be in a calm environment. So George also was very happy with the and then they thought like how George would come out with such a bright idea. That is what they thought. And now 3, right? But one member is still there. The only one who was not struck with the suggestion was Montmorency. He never did care for the river, did he? So this is like they all 3 agreed, right? But the person who did not care was Montmorency. So he didn't care whether they were going by the river or not. It's all very well for you fellows, he says. You like it, but I don't. There's nothing for me to do. Scenery is not in my line. If I see a rat, you won't stop. And if I go to sleep, you get fooling about with the boat and slop me overboard. So, what is said is, they say is that he doesn't care. Like, they're showing that he says. Now, who is this he? They are not saying it very clearly. But they say is that you all are very well. Right? It is all very well with you fellows. But for me, the scenery, watching scenery and admiring beauty is not my line. That is what is said. Then they say is probably it's the Montmorency who is thinking. He says that if I see a rat, you won't stop. Right? So, and if I fall asleep, you get fooling and about the boat and slop me overboard. Slop me overboard is throw me overboard. So probably this thinking is for the dog. We were 3-1. However, the motion was carried. So now all 3 of them were thinking in the same line that the river trip would be the best thing to do at this time. And the motion was carried means they were very positive about going and spending some good time by the river. So now what they did was they pulled maps. They pulled out the maps and started the discussion line. We arranged to start on the following Saturday from Kingston. So now what they did, now they were practically, everybody had agreed that they needed a holiday and they were all supposed to go for a holiday. So they would start on the following Saturday. Okay. So they were supposed to start off for a weekend. Okay, following Saturday, they were supposed to start for a following Saturday. Okay, and they were supposed to start from Kingston. Harris and I would go down in the morning and take the boat up to Chertsey, and George, who would not be able to get away from the city till afternoon. So probably George was working. So what they decided is Jerome and Harris would go to take a boat from morning and take a boat up to Chertsey. So probably they were supposed to meet up at a joint, right? So Harris and Jerome were supposed to take a boat up to Chertsey. And George was busy all day, right? Till afternoon, George would not be free. He goes to sleep at a bank from 10 to 4. So they say probably he was working at the bank, right? But in between he used to sleep. So they say that he goes to the bank from 10 to 4. So that is the bank working hour, right? 10 to 4. So probably he was working at the bank. So they say that he is going to the bank to sleep from 10 to 4. And then except Saturdays, when they wake him up and put him outside. So except Saturdays, probably Saturdays is a half day. So now what they have done is, now Saturdays is like now the rules and all are changing of the bank. Before, I remember how it was. The working hour of the bank was 10 to 4. Okay. Cash transactions would stop by 3:30. Okay. So only, the withdrawals would stop by 3:30 only. If you want to deposit something, it is up to 4 o'clock. The cash transactions would stop by 3:30. If you want to withdraw, only deposit was allowed. So then what happened was, Saturday the bank would work only up till 2 o'clock. So 2 to 2:30 is the lunch break. So it will work only till 2 o'clock, and then it would be closed for the customers. Okay. The customers is closed. Only the bank employees, they finish the work or whatever and they go. So after that, what happened was, there was a new rule that every alternate Saturday, suppose there are 4 Saturdays in a month, right? So every alternate Saturdays it would be closed. But 2 Saturdays, 1 Saturday would be a full, 2 Saturdays would be a full working day, 10 to 4. And the alternate Saturdays, so that means 2 Saturdays full working day and the other 2 Saturdays were closed for the customers. Only the bank employees, they wanted to finish the inside work. So first Saturday is for customers, second Saturday is closed, then third Saturday is open, fourth Saturday is closed. Like this was the rule. Slowly the rules came out that way, since what I know. Okay, so every alternate Saturday the bank is closed for customers. But then previously what I know is that the bank on Saturdays, bank used to be open until 2 o'clock. So whatever cash transactions what are supposed to be done were allowed until 2 o'clock. After 2 o'clock there would be no withdrawals, okay, or no deposits. The transaction would stop for the customers by 2 o'clock. So probably that is still what the writer is saying here, that after Saturday, so Saturday was half day, so after 2 o'clock they said that they would put him outside by 2 o'clock, and then they would meet us there. Now they are still talking about, they're planning and talking and all. So they're saying, should we camp outside or sleep in inns? Should we camp outside? What is camp outside? Camp outside is, sometimes when we go outside for camping is we don't stay in a lodge or a hotel. Okay. What we do is, we just go for camping or in the open air, and when we want to sleep, we just make a small tent. Okay. A small tent is made where you keep your belongings. If you want to take a rest, you just go inside and lie down, take a rest. Okay. So you are completely in the arms of nature. You don't have to go to a hotel or something. You just make a small tent. When you feel like sleeping or taking some rest, you go inside. And then again you are out into nature. So what they are saying is, should we camp outside or should we sleep in inns? Inns is a place which gives you accommodation. Especially for travelers who are traveling and they are traveling in the day and in the night, they take shelter in inns. Inns is a place specially which is accommodation for traveling people. It's like a lodge or an inn which is accommodation for travelers. Okay, so they are deciding is should we camp out or should we sleep in inns? So then they decide that camping out was more adventurous. George and I were for camping out. We said that it would be so wild and free. So patrician like. Patrician means giving power to men. So they said that now since we are going on a vacation, on a holiday, we will be camping out. They didn't want to go into the hotel or anything, but they wanted to be completely with nature. But then they thought, what if it rains? What if it rains? We can't sleep there under the rain, right? So then they decided when it rains, they would take shelter in an inn. So they would just get into a place where it's like a hotel, like an inn, where they can have some time when it rains. So like decent people, they say that when it rains and when it is wet, we will go to the inn. But when it is dry, we will be camping out. So all agreed to that. If you were to stand at night by the seashore with Harris, now one of the friends is saying, if you were to stand with Harris by the seashore at night and say, hark, do you not hear? Is it but the mermaid singing deep below the waving waters? Harris would take you by the arm and say, I know what it is, old man. You've got to chill. So now they are talking to each other, right? So when they're saying if you stand by a seashore and you say that there is a sound, right? So what would you say? Is it if you hear some funny sound, so would you say that the mermaids are singing? Right? So what the Harris would say, old man, just relax, just chill out. Chill out is to relax, not to get worried about. Okay. Sometimes when chill out is the term which we use with friends. Okay. Sometimes some people are getting worried, like, oh my God, exams are coming. I have not studied. I have not made my notes. I want to study, and we are like worried and upset. Hey, chill out, man. Exam is next month. We can always start studying and prepare ourselves. So just chill out. Don't worry so much. So that is the term you use for it. So all of them decided that when it's fine nights, means it's normal, good climate, they would be camping out. But when it would be raining, so like respectable folks, when it is wet, they would be taking shelter in a hotel or an inn. Now, Montmorency held this compromise with a much approval. So now they say that the dog, when they said this part, the dog was very happy and he was also jumping with approval. He was also very happy. That is what they said. So now my third question is, children, where was George working? Okay, where was George working? That is my question, first part. And the second part is, where did they finally decide to go for a holiday? Where did all the friends finally decide to go for a holiday? Okay, so this is my third question. Children, here the lesson is finished. They say that they made elaborate plans of going out for vacation, and they made plans of what they would take with them on a boat. And this led to a lot of confusion and comedy. So now this is the plan what they are making. They have not actually gone. This is the plan what they are making to go for a holiday where it is peaceful and calm. And everybody then now they decided that they want to go up to the river. So now what packing they have to be done, what they have to take since they were camping out, what stuff they need. They kept planning, and it added to a lot of confusion. You wanted to take this, you want to take that, and it was a lot of comedy as well. Okay, so now the writer of this lesson is Jerome K. Jerome. He is an English author and he is known for his wit and humor. Humor is like comedy, right? Like humor is something to create laughter. He is the best known for his comic masterpiece Three Men in a Boat, published in 1889. So this piece what we read now, it was the best masterpiece. Okay, so this piece what we just read is called the masterpiece, comic masterpiece. And his other works include essay collection, Idle Thoughts of an Idle Fellow, and the second thought of an idle fellow, Three Men on the Vermont, a sequence of three men in a boat. So probably this write-up what we just now read and heard, that was the masterpiece of his writing. Okay children, so please everyone, please read the entire chapter. Please, as and when I am telling you the meanings, please underline and write it. Okay, so that when you are reading the lesson, you are not surprised by new words. When you write the meanings, you are aware about the meanings, and when you read, you will understand very clearly. Okay children, so please write, take your exercise book and please write down all the meanings. Even from the lesson, if you feel it is a little difficult and you would want to remember it, you have to remember it, please jot it down in your notebook. Okay children, so please upload your answers in the Google Classroom, and if you have any doubts, we will discuss it in the Google Meet. Okay, thank you.